family reunion, or it's a holiday, or somewhere around there.
Okay, so Tanner thinks that this could be a family reunion or a holiday. What more can we find? Chaz?
It looks like there's like a light or a fire.
Okay, so right here, Chaz noticed that there's a light. He thinks it could be a fire. Why do you think, what do you see that makes you say that it could be a fire or a light?
I'm not sure.
Alright, so he's not sure. Lauren?
To add on this fire thing, it looks like there's outdoors, they're outdoors, because in that,
So, back here?
yeah,
Okay.
that house thing. That looks
So,
that looks like a bookshelf.
Lauren thinks that this could be a fire. She's adding on to what Chaz said, because this could be possibly a house, you said?
Yeah, like
All right.
outside.
Tanner?
Or that looks like a bookshelf, because you can see the different individuals.
Okay, so Tanner, looking more closely at this area, he thinks that this could be a bookshelf because you see the more individual things when we look closer. Madison?
It looks like it's in older times because of the way how the man in the red is dressed. It's just it's older.
Okay, so Madison is observing when this took place, that it could be from the olden days or older times based on what this man in the red is wearing. Caleb?
Well, I'm thinking that a thing with all the circles or ovals might be like the orbits of the planets.
Okay, so this area here, Caleb thinks that these curves and circles could be showing the way the planets orbit. Christopher?
It looks like it's inside because I can see the shadows on the wall.
Okay, so Christopher is noticing shadows on the wall, so he thinks that it's indoors because of the shadows. Madison?
It looks like the top where Chaz thought the fire would be, it looks like it could be like a mirror with a light shining through it because it looks like you can see the children's clothing reflect.
Okay, so Madison went back to the area that Chaz mentioned with the light reflecting, and she thinks that could be because there is a mirror inside that's reflecting the light. Chaz?
That guy, like on the left of the guy in the red is like writing on a piece of paper or something.
Okay, so this man right here, he's writing something on a piece of paper. Tanner?
I think it could be a happy moment because the two kids are bunched up right there smiling, looking down at the, like, could be heat or heating or a light source.
Okay, so Tanner noticed that the children here are smiling, so it could be happy, and they're looking down at the light source, which could also be providing heat. What do you see that makes you say that?
Well, because you can just see that one girl on the right, she's smiling, and the other boy on the left, he looks like he's smiling too, but they're looking down in a grateful way.
Okay, so they're smiling, so that shows that they're happy and possibly grateful too that you've mentioned. Lauren?
I don't really think that they're happy, they look more sad to me.
Okay, so Lauren's going to disagree and think that these children are sad. What do you see that makes you say that they're sad?
Well, it kind of their eyes, like the girl on the, I believe that's the right, yeah. She looks kind of sad and she's kind of glaring down at it and she looks sad. And then the other one just doesn't look happy.
Okay, so she sees something differently, that that this girl could possibly be glaring and is sad, and she doesn't think that this boy here looks happy. Emma?
Maybe they're waiting for something to happen.
So Emma thinks that everyone might be waiting for something to happen. Christopher?
They don't look like they're happy because no one's smiling, and they look like they're bored because they're just sitting
All right, so he doesn't think that they're happy because they're not smiling. Christopher suggests that they could be bored just sitting there. Madison.
It looks like they're observing something, like the thing, it's the round thing they're looking into. It looks like it could be like a pig holding something.
So Madison thinks that this thing here could be a tank, and they're looking down and observing something inside of the tank that's happening. What more can we find? Tanner.
I think they're patiently waiting for, like, if this was a time period where they are just inventing telecom devices, might be patiently waiting for a call to come in or something.
Okay, so Tanner suggested that this could be during a time period where they were inventing telecom and they could be waiting for a signal or a call to come in. Did I say that correctly?
Impatiently.
Or they're impatiently waiting.
They're bored. Just like,
Bored, waiting, watching. All right, Chaz.
I think, like Lulu said, like it's outside because those in the background might be like boards.
Okay, so over here.
Yeah, they might be tilted. Those might be boards that.
Okay, so Chaz is going back and agreeing with Lulu that this could be outside and that these could be boards that were tilted or slanted. Madison.
it looks like it's nighttime because it's so dark in the surroundings, and it also looks like it's in autumn because the grass it's more orange than what it would be with a fire
Okay.
outside.
So you think that it's nighttime because it's dark,
Mm-hmm.
and you think that it's autumn because of the colors? So what do you see that makes you say that?
It just is so dark in there that it just kind of looks more night than day, because usually when it's daytime it would be a little lighter even with clouds.
Okay, so it doesn't look like there's a lot of light. It looks more like evening, and is that what you said? Okay. Caleb.
Well, I actually think that they might be inside of a house, but where the boards or the books are could be a window, and the boards and the books could actually be a barn.
Okay, so Caleb thinks that this area here, the boards or the books, he thinks it's indoors, but he's suggesting that they are inside of a barn
Or a house.
or a house. Okay. Tanner.
It's more like a house, because if you could see that the shelf on the right with the books on it, I think they're more likely to be books in a house than more like a farm. I think they had shelves in the barn. They'd probably be horseshoes or something to cure cows and stuff.
Okay, so Tanner thinks that if these are books, they would be more likely to be on a bookshelf inside of a house, because if this was a barn, the shelves would be have different items for cows and horseshoes and different things. So he thinks that if this is a bookshelf, it would be in a house instead of a barn. Emma.
There's a railing around where the people are standing, so maybe it could be like hot or dangerous or something.
Okay, so there's a railing around where all these people are standing. So because that railing's there, she thinks that what's on the other side could end up being hot or dangerous, so they're trying to keep them out. Lulu.
Like the books on the bookshelf, I think it's a bookshelf, but it's not. It could look like a house because of the two books kind of lazily stacked on top of everything.
Right there?
Yep.
Okay. So Lulu thinks that this could be, she thinks it's a bookshelf, but it could look like a house because these two books are stacked on a diagonal on top of the other books. Caleb?
Well, I think that it might not be nighttime. It might be like late evening where the sun is going down, because with a board or like the book or the board that looks slanted, it might be just like some light because I can almost see through it, unlike the other books or boards.
Okay, so Caleb thinks that this could be at dusk, and that these could be books or boards, and he mentioned that he can actually almost see through them. What do you see that makes you say that?
Well, I'm talking about the one that's like in a hole.
Okay, well,
Yeah, that
let's
one.
figure out which one. This one?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the book in particular that he's talking about, that you're talking about?
Yeah, and I think that instead of it being a barn, it might be like a small shack because it looks small. It looks too small to be a barn, or it might be like some sort of chicken coop or something.
Okay, so it's too small to be a barn. It could be a shed or a shack, or even a chicken coop, this area that the people are in. Christopher.
Or if it was a barn, they could be on the second story.
Okay, so if it's a barn, they could be up in the second story, where it's smaller. Tanner.
I disagree with Emma because it probably wouldn't be something hot in the dome-shaped area, because if it would be really hot, why would the child and that woman that her back is facing us, wouldn't the railing burn their skin?
Okay.
Or something?
So Tanner is disagreeing that this could be hot in here because this woman with her back to us, she's leaning on the railing, and if it was hot, that would burn her skin. And the two kids in the back, they would be burnt also. All right. Caleb.
Well, I don't think that a fire would be in it because it looks like in the dome the place where they're looking around might be wood. So if there was a fire in it, then the wood would catch fire.
Okay, so this part that they're looking at, Caleb thinks is made out of wood, and if it was a fire, then that wood would catch on fire. So it wouldn't be there. Madison.
It looks, I can kind of change my mind because it looks like they're inside
I
now.
can't hear you. So, I'm sorry, what?
It looks like it's inside now that I see it because it looks like there's curtains, but like right there, those look like curtains or drapes instead of trees.
Okay, so Madison changed her mind. She now thinks it's inside. And this right here looks like it could be curtains or drapery that's over in that area. Right. Lulu.
I disagree with Tanner because maybe they're trying to get warm by the railing, and I don't think the wood would get that hot that it would burn their skin.
All right, so Lulu is disagreeing with Tanner that it could be warm, but it might not burn their skin. Correct?
Yes.
What do you see that makes you say that?
I don't know. It could be like
Okay.
it could be sheet metal. It could be like sheets of metal and that absorbs heat.
Okay, so Tanner now thinks that this could be sheet metal, which absorbs heat. All right. Tanner?
And it could be lighting users because there was like glass in the middle. You could see little
Where do you see the glass?
by that girl's arm.
Right
Yeah.
here?
Yeah.
This?
And if you look a little to the right of that edge, you could see
Over here?
no, right at the edge of that girl's elbow.
Okay, right here.
You could see like the flame of a candle.
Okay.
Like in a reflection.
So Tanner noticed this area here, and he thought that it was glass. And then this area right here by this lady's elbow, that this is part of the flame from a candle. All right. What else do we see in this picture?
Maybe that inside the big pot thing, it might be like water.
Okay. So inside this large area here, this could be water that we're looking at. Madison.
They could be maybe just watching something inside.